Wow, we really just lost to another 2-10 team, didn't we?
Bro, we really fucking suck. Thursday night football.
That's putting it lightly.
Thursday night football. Steelers lose to the New England Patriots. The 2-10 New England Patriots, 21-18. 2 straight games in the span of a week. The Pittsburgh Steelers lose to 2-10 teams. It was Arizona Sunday. Thursday night is New England Patriots. This is the first time this season the Steelers lose back-to-back games. And it's against 2-win teams. Now 3-win teams. In our own stadium. After the Bengals game, we were 7-4, riding high on the momentum wave after getting rid of Matt Canada. Offense had 400 yards for the first time since 2020. And we had 2 favorable matchups against the Arizona Cardinals and the New England Patriots.
I kind of fucked it up, but you guys get the message.
Yeah, you can see it right there. And we lost to 2 fucking terrible teams. This sign...
You guys want it? You guys
This sign is fucking relevant. I don't have to say it, just look at it.
That could be the post game right there. Right there.
Dude, changes got to be made. Something's got to be done.
This should be a wake-up call for the Steelers organization.
You cannot lose to 2 straight 2-10 teams and not do a damn thing.
No.
They were in your own fucking stadium.
Back-to-back week. Actually, in the same week.
The same week.
All within 7 days.
7 days.
They lost to both teams that had the second worst record in the NFL. To the Cardinals last week, and now the Patriots.
A Patriots team, mind you, that averaged 12.3 points per game, which is dead last in the NFL. They obtained 21 in the first half.
They had 14 points in the first 16 minutes. The Patriots had 97 passing yards in the first quarter, which is the most they've had since Tom Brady left. Bailey Zapp threw for 3 touchdowns, which is the most any Patriots quarterback has had since Tom Brady, obviously. Bailey Zapp has half.
Hold on. Bailey Zapp, who came into this game not having 1 passing touchdown this season.
He now has 3 touchdowns, which is half of what Kenny Pickett has all year. He did that in 1 game. Keep in mind, this was the worst scoring offense heading into this game. Statistically, one of the worst NFL offenses in NFL history.
Go up against...
This was the worst Patriots team since Belichick's first year. And just like old times, just like always, this even goes to show you in Belichick's worst year ever, he can still outcoach Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
I'm convinced an 8-year-old can outcoach Mike Tomlin.
A kindergartner
Playing
like that.
Madden.
I'm convinced Bishop Sycamore will beat her ass.
I don't believe it. And the fear was that this was actually going to happen, and it did happen.
Our worst nightmares came true.
Oh, yeah. And it was worse than we thought. It was worse than we thought. We got blown out in the first half. 21-3. We got a touchdown towards the end of the first half. Whoop-de-doo. Garbage time touchdown is what I like to call it. Garbage time in the first half. That's what it felt like. It's like the Patriots felt bad for us and let Deontay get his 2nd touchdown. Or 3rd touchdown of the game. 3rd touchdown of the year, rather.
Yeah.
Second touchdown in 2 weeks. Or in 1 week. It's like they felt bad for us and just let him score.
Yeah.
But the kicker is, the Patriots were scoreless in the second half. The Steelers defense gave the Patriots 0 points. 0 points.
They stepped up in the second half. I'll give them that. They were able to get more pressure on Bailey Zapp. They didn't allow another point for the Patriots. But the first half was atrocious. And keep in mind, remember, this is the highest paid defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
It goes to show, as if the Cardinals game wasn't enough or previous games weren't enough. This defense is overpaid. It's overhyped, even by us Steelers fans,
Yep.
and overrated.
And we had TJ, who was lingering with injury all night. Highsmith, who went out with a neck injury.
More injuries on the defense.
We had Minka in this game. We had Hayward in this game who had a sack. So we had the four-headed dogs we got on defense, and they still allowed what they allowed in the first half to the worst scoring offense heading into this game. Yes, they stepped up in the second half. Atlanta Roberts is a dog and forced the interception from Michael Walker, which got us in field goal range, in touchdown range.
Yeah. And God bless Atlanta Roberts, bro.
Dude.
What an addition he's been to inside linebacker.
So what we mean by that is they allowed the Patriots to do nothing in the second half. The Patriots had a very quiet second half. And they gave the Steelers offense the opportunity, the field position, to take this game. Right after the Michael Walker interception, thanks to Atlanta Roberts, they went for it on 4th and 2, which I agreed with. A lot of people are going to say they should have just took the points. They should have just kept it within one score. They should have just took 3 points. But the matter of the fact was, regardless, they were going to need a touchdown. So we argued that in your best field position, which you were never going to get again, you go for it, which I agreed with. They went for it on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
They did not make it. They checked it down to Warren. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. The defense responded with a forced 3-and-out immediately to the Patriots, and Miles Killebrew blocked a punt, which gave the Steelers offense more great field position, put us pretty much in the red zone. Thankfully, the Steelers offense actually responded that time. They responded with a touchdown. And then they went for 2, and then we got the end score.
Yep.
After that, they had almost an entire quarter left to win this football game. They had what? What was it like?
11 minutes.
11 minutes to win this football game. They had what? Two drives to win this game.
Yep.
The one drive, they went for it on 4th and 1 after calling a timeout with seven minutes left. They went for it. They sneaked it with Mitch. They got it. They went down the field a little more. It was a 4th and 3 situation. Instead of going for it, even though you went for it previously, wasting a timeout at 7 minutes left, farther down the field, 4th and 3, you elect to not go for it. Instead, you elect to punt.
Yeah.
Then came the false start on Kristen Kuntz, our long snapper.
False start.
False start, quote unquote, according to the refs, which was not a false start. That was absolutely a special teams penalty on the Patriots side. It was. Kristen Kuntz.
Even Patriots players knew it was an offside.
Yeah.
Everybody on that field knew it was an offside besides the
But
referees.
the refs. Why? Because he moved his head. He's the long snapper.
That's what you're supposed to do. Long snappers can move their heads. They got to look up and down. They got to see what they're doing.
Exactly. That was not a false start. Thus, we had to force a punt. Then the Steelers got the ball back one more time. They got the ball back one more time with one timeout and a little under 3 minutes left. They didn't even get to the 2-minute warning to make it a 4th and 2 situation.
Yeah.
They didn't even get to the 2-minute warning to force literally the end of the game. We're on a 4th and 2. All you need is 2 yards.
That's it. All you need to do is go short, get a first down. What they decided to do, what their plan was to throw it deep 40 yards down the field on a 4th and 2 to Deontay Johnson one-on-one. All you needed was 2 yards.
Instead, they go deep. They needed 2. They went for 40.
And an incompletion.
And it lost us this football game. Now, people are going to view that false start on Kristen Kuntz as a robbery for the Steelers. But that penalty, sure, bullshit, absolutely.
100% bullshit. Never should have been called.
And I wonder what the result could have been if it was a proper call, because that would have given us a first down. Whether we would have gotten down the field and scored a field goal, I don't know. The Steelers can't even go down the field promisingly or even get points or a field goal.
Not even with Kenny Pickett.
They had how many chances with how much time left in the game to do it, and they couldn't.
They had one more chance, hence that 4th and 2 deep pass to Deontay, but they chose to go deep. They chose to go deep. With the game on the line, They went deep to Deontay.
Yeah. And again, people are gonna view the ref penalty as a robbery, or they might view Tomlin's decision to go for it on 4th and 2 before we scored that touchdown.
Yeah, because people were arguing should have just settled for the point, should have just settled for the field goal.
Because that was the difference, was those 3 points. So you could say that, but our argument is then the blocked punt by Miles Killebrew never happens, and the Steelers are never put in that field position ever again to score.
No.
So if they did elect to go for the field goal, nothing that happens after happens. They don't score a touchdown, and the punt or the blocked punt never happens. Nothing that happened after not going for the field goal on 4th and 2 occurs.
The Steelers struggled to get down the field.
The truth is, you could view them not going for the field goal as the difference maker, but truthfully, it wasn't. Because how many chances did they have to still take this game? As a matter of fact, if they would have scored off of that Michael Walker interception, then perhaps they had a better chance of winning this game. Rather than waiting for a Killebrew blocked punt and then scoring after that.
Yeah.
If they would have scored on Michael Walker's interception, they could have had more chances and more time to get down the field and win this game. They had chance after chance after chance, and they still failed. Even after allowing the Patriots to do virtually nothing. They allowed the Patriots offense to literally play like the Patriots offense as advertised the entire second half, and they still lost this game. That's the killer. They did what they did in the first half. They allowed what they allowed in the first half, which is absolutely sickening. It's criminal. It's downright pathetic, actually. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Seeing how the Patriots offense lines up statistically. They only had 3 healthy wide receivers.
Juju, who torched this secondary, had a career high against his former team for this season.
Yeah, he had a season high, 90 yards. Go figure it'd be against us.
They had Jalen Reagor and Tyquan Thornton. Coming into this game, both of them combined for 237 receiving yards this season.
Jalen Warren had more by himself. And Juju went for 90 yards. Hunter Henry had 2 touchdowns.
On his birthday, by the way.
On his birthday. Zapp threw for 3 touchdowns. Again, this was the worst scoring offense in the NFL, and they allowed all that in the first half. And then they had chances. They had the opportunity to come back and pull off a 21-3 comeback, and they still failed against a 2-10 Patriots team. I'm not fucking happy, man. I'm absolutely not happy. Even if they made the comeback, it still wouldn't have felt great.
No.
Because nothing would have changed. Nothing would have changed our thoughts or our feelings on this team going forward. But it's the fact that they had those opportunities. They had the chances to take this game, and they still couldn't pull it off.
No, they couldn't.
View what you want to view as the reasons why, but the Steelers still failed themselves massively. And Tomlin, even in Belichick's worst year, still gets outcoached. Tomlin led this team to 2 straight losses in the same week to 2 straight 2-10 teams in their own house.
And I just want to say this. Because Kenny Pickett obviously didn't play in this game. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks with an ankle injury. Mitch didn't really have a great performance in this one. And I know people are going to be throwing out the excuse, oh, well, if Kenny Pickett was in here, we would have won the game. Well, if Kenny was playing, this wouldn't have happened. Are you going to be throwing that same excuse for the rest of the way when Mitch is starting?
Kenny makes
every game we lose when Trubisky is the quarterback?
Kenny makes no difference.
He makes
nothing.
Absolutely zero difference.
Because we were scoring points, because we were winning good football with Kenny Pickett, right? Say what you want. Well, Kenny probably wouldn't have thrown an interception tonight. Well, you might be right, but him not throwing an interception still doesn't equate to us scoring points.
So it doesn't matter if he's not, turnover heavy. Because
the truth is, Mitch had a very Kenny game. They're literally the same quarterback.
Essentially.
That's exactly what they are.
Essentially, the only difference is Mitch Trubisky threw a turnover. But again, even if Kenny doesn't turn over the ball, we're not scoring.
No.
We're not getting down the field. We're not executing.
So Kenny...
At all.
Kenny is not a difference maker, and he would not have won us this football game. He would not have.
So I'm not trying to hear that excuse the rest of the way as long as Trubisky's our quarterback, to which at this point he shouldn't be.
The truth is there are no excuses for this loss. There is no Kenny excuse. There's no ref excuse, and there is no we should have went for the field goal excuse. Because we had the chances and the opportunities to win this game, to get more points off of defensive turnovers. We had the field advantage. We had the yardage that was necessary.
And they can't fucking get it done at the end.
We had 2 4th-and-2 situations, and they couldn't get either. It's fucking sickening, man. It's absolutely sickening. And the Steelers, man, they were sitting nice and pretty, 7-4 after beating a 5-5 Bengals squad, getting 400 yards for the first time in 59 games.
High on the momentum wave, man. Canada's no longer here. 400 yards.
And
Beat the Bengals.
And Mike Tomlin leads this team to 2 straight losses to 2-10 teams. That's absolutely
in their stadium in a span of a week.
In December football, when the playoffs
this is the
are
start.
around the corner.
This is the start of December football. This is how we're starting? Are you fucking kidding me?
The season's over. The season's wrapped. If we somehow miraculously make the playoffs, we all know what the end result's going to be. You might as well wrap this shit up like a Christmas present and just fucking light it on fire.
The rest of the schedule, the Colts, Bengals, Seahawks, and Ravens. 3 of those games are on the road. We only have 1 home game left, which is the Bengals game.
I see maybe 1 win.
But these are teams still in the playoff hunt. In the playoff run.
We might lose out.
We just lost to 2 teams that are essentially eliminated from playoff contention. Why should I believe? Why should he believe? Why should you guys believe we're going to be able to beat these teams that are in playoff contention when we just lost to 2 of the worst teams in the fucking league? Back to back!
In the same week, bro. At our own house. This season's over. If we somehow make the playoffs, we don't deserve it. You might as well give it to the Texans or the Colts. As a matter of fact, it's not even looking greater for us because the Colts, if they beat us, they have the win over us. The Texans already have the win over us. So they already have us advantage in the conference because of that. The Colts could have the same next week, next Saturday. We got the Bengals after that. What if the Bengals beat us? This isn't good. This is not good.
Something's got to be done. I said earlier, you cannot lose to 2 straight 2-10 teams.
And they did. To no one's shock. To no one's shock.
And not make a necessary move. Not make changes.
This should be an eye-opener for the Steelers. This should be an eye-opener for the Steelers organization. How the fuck do you lose to 2 straight 2-10 teams, bro?
The only change that I see is Terrell Austin possibly getting fired. If the Steelers even fire another coach. You know, we got lucky with 1, but lightning don't strike the same location twice.
But if somehow, someway, the Steelers fire 2 coaches in the same season, that tells you how bad the season is. But that also goes to tell you that they're firing the wrong coach. And no, we know that they're not going to fire Mike Tomlin. They're too fucking stubborn. They're too stupid. In fact, this should be a blessing in disguise for the Steelers. This should be an eye-opener for them looking towards Mike Tomlin. This might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. This should be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
It better be.
This loss, well, the Cardinals lost first, but then this one might string on a bad strand of continued losses that might lead to Mike Tomlin's first losing season. Which should open the Steelers' eyes, right? But they're going to also look at, well, he only had 1 non-losing season in 17 seasons as a Steelers coach. That's not too bad. That's an overrated stat, bro. He has done nothing with his non-losing seasons. And at this point, he deserves to have his first losing season.
The way I see it, because Tomlin's on pace, if that at this point. He's on pace to win 9 games for the 3rd straight year since 2020. It's been 9-7-1.
Who the hell are we going to beat? What other 2 games are we going to win?
The 2 teams we should have beaten were the last 2 that we just fucking lost to.
I know.
So how in the hell is he going to be able to obtain 2 more wins with the last 4 games after what the fuck we just seen? To escape yet another non-losing season. I'm tired of it. I'm done. Take this whole coaching staff and chuck it out the fucking window. Flush it down the toilet. Down the goddamn drain.
They gotta rip everything from the top down. They gotta burn it all.
Clean house. Clean sweep.
This is fucking embarrassing. In fact, I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of fans out there that are really laughing at us right now. And they should. I'm going to laugh with you. I'm going to laugh with you. But not because I share your laughter. I express pain. I laugh to hide the pain at this fucking point. This needs to be his last year. They never fire coaches. Canada was a blessing. The first they've done it probably in franchise history since 1941. So they're not going to fire him, but the truth of the matter is they should. They should. They haven't extended him. Why? This might be why.
Well, what I do know is his contract runs after the end of next season, 2024 season.
So you're telling me we got to go through another fucking year of this?
I don't know if I can take another year, man. I don't know if I can take another year.
I've seen this same fucking movie for the last 7 years. Maybe I'm exaggerating. The last 5 years. It's been garbage. It's been literally rinse and fucking
I'm
repeat.
sick and tired of it. I'm done. I'm done.
They need to clean house, bro, from the top down. Canada was the first domino. We all know who should be next. What a fucking embarrassment, dude. What an absolute embarrassment. And it's even worse because they could have come back and win this game, which, again, would have changed nothing. Would have changed zero thoughts, even if they somehow won this game. But they had the opportunity and they still couldn't do it. Versus a 2-10 Patriots team. The worst Patriots team in a long fucking time.
And the Steelers now go to 7-6.
You do realize that if the Bengals beat the Colts, we have the same record as the Bengals. And we just beat them when they were 5-5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really crazy how quick things can change. Just like that. When you play down to inferior competition. But at this point, are they inferior competition? I don't fucking know anymore. This is absolutely despicable, man. What an embarrassing performance. We allowed fucking potential seasons high for the Patriots offense in the first half. And then we had every chance to come back, and we still couldn't do it. We had an interception. Couldn't get no points off that. Had a blocked punt. Got points off that, but couldn't do anything beyond. Fucking despicable. Absolutely despicable, man. We feared this. We had it. We kind of felt that this was going to be another loss. We're like, there's no way they can fucking lose to 2 straight 2-10 teams, and they did. Just when you think Tomlin can't top himself.
He does it year after year after year. Just when you think the Steelers cannot sink any lower, they continue to do it.
Dude, there's nothing worth fighting for anymore this year. The season's over. You lost to two 2-10 teams.
How the fuck
you are not going to be taken seriously. You do not deserve anything.
How do you bounce back from that? I don't know if that's even possible. How do you bounce back from that?
You don't deserve anything after that. End the season. End the season. Wow. I don't believe this. I really don't. I can't believe we're living in the reality we're living in right now. Absolutely embarrassing. Steelers need to get rid of Mike Tomlin. They really do. You know, I was very, very optimistic that post Ben, Tomlin would, with his own team, you know, have a chip on his shoulder. And then after the Texans blowout, we're like, yeah, we're not winning shit with Tomlin no more. But he continues to seep lower and lower and lower and lower. And this, dude, I don't know if he can keep going lower. Can he? Can he?
He's as low as the Titanic. Can he go lower than that?
This is. I don't know what to call it anymore, man. I'm running out of negative words to even describe it. I really am. An absolute mess.
It hurts to see this team sink so low. It hurts to see this team this bad. It hurts to see this team fail.
You know, I already didn't care about the rest of the season, but I especially don't give a fucking shit about anything anymore.
Colts game next Saturday. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives the Cincinnati Bengals game at the last home game? Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit.
Seahawks game, I don't give a fuck. Ravens game end of season. Kenny Pickett could be back. I don't give a fuck.
As far as I'm concerned, if the season ended today, I would be ecstatic. I'd be ecstatic. I can't wait till the end of the season.
It would end our fucking misery.
And the unfortunate reality is nothing's going to change. They're not going to...
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah. They might, like Ralph, they might get rid of Terrell Austin. That might be the scapegoat, like Canada is looking like, right?
But that's all they are. And yes, they should go. There's no question about that.
No, they suck. They absolutely suck.
suck.
And that falls on Tomlin, too, from bringing those guys in and
Promoting them.
So that falls on Tomlin, too. But no change is going to occur unless he's gone. But the Steelers trust him too much. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below. That's your post game. And I have no desire for this team no more. At this rate, man, I really wish this was the end of the season. We have 4 more games with this stupid-ass team. Let us know your guys' thoughts. How you feel about Mike Tomlin? How you feel about this debacle of a loss? We just lost to the 2-10, now 3-10 Patriots, the worst Patriots team in a long time.
Yeah.
And they once again underestimated them. They just, I can't believe what we just endured tonight. Wow. I'm not surprised, but
Disappointed. And pissed off. And to end this post game, I'm going to have Rocky Blair take it from here.
The Steelers suck.